It's very hard to know who to trust. And yesterday, Colton said he mentioned to watch out for Steven. The first person they start talking about is that's when Dorinda asks him, why would Lisa give her gold to you? And he says, because I asked her for it. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
And we are talking about Traitors, Season 4, Episode number 8. The Queen never comes off her throne.
Until she does.
Well, remember when the title was something about cutting off the head of the snake and Will was like, that means Rob. So after that, when I saw this title, I was like, Candace is going. Because if you really look at the title, you would think she would not. But after what Will said and then what happened with Rob, I'm like,
Yep.
But anywho.
And so much for my prediction that she was going to make it to the end with Rob and then he was going to backstab her. He just did it now.
Just did it now. He just
didn't wait. It didn't wait.
I really thought she was going to go to the end because I would never have thought that what happened with Colton would have happened. I thought Rob was aligning himself with Colton, and I thought that was a bad move because there was already a target on Colton's back, and I thought that was going to be Rob's demise, that he was aligned with Colton. So I was way off too.
He seems to be a very good player.
He's a very good player. You cannot fault this man.
He's
doing a great job.
He really is a good player. I mean, we kind of jumped into it, but we start out at the turret and Candace is talking to Rob about getting rid of Lisa. And he's like, listen, she had to go. So then they're kind of discussing who is going to be. And we don't find out until the next morning, obviously, at breakfast. And I was shocked. I was shocked that it was Colton. I was really shocked. He kept saying to Candace, I'm leaving it up to you because I took out Lisa. I'm going to leave it up to you. But he is playing a brilliant game. He really is.
Well, he was smart because it leads it back to her. So that, of course, he said, I'll leave it up to you because he knew that she was going to pick him.
And I really think that Colton and Rob had that deal that Colton tried to make with Lisa. And I think that Rob was like, there's nothing more I can do for him.
Mm-hmm. He used him till he couldn't use him anymore.
And really,
and we didn't like Colton
thinking. No, we didn't like Colton. And what was Colton thinking? Like, Rob's a traitor. So Rob told you I think that Rob told Colton Candace was a traitor. Because the way Colton started just narrowing in on her right after Lisa, it was way too coincidental.
Yes,
but
I agree.
What did Colton think was going to happen? Obviously, if Colton got Candace off, then he was going to start telling people that Rob was a traitor. Like, it was never going to work out for Colton making that deal with any of the traitors.
Nope.
They have the ability to kill you at any time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very similar to a chess game.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Traitors game.
I love it. I thought this was a great episode, too.
Well, I liked also that Alan gave him a choice at this point when they were in the turret that they could either pick another traitor or murder somebody, right? Because I said I didn't know what was going to happen. And I liked the choice that they made. They're like, we don't need another traitor in here, which is right. They didn't.
No, because whoever that person was, Candace and Rob individually were going to try and get them onto their side. So that made no sense because it was just going to be the two of them against each other. Rob and Candace. Like that's just how it was going to go.
Yeah.
So it made no sense for either one of them to say, let's bring somebody else along.
Another traitor, right.
Yeah, because then you got to try and work on getting that person to your side and blah, blah, blah. But Candace, I do find that if you really watch her, she does give a lot away with her facial expressions.
She definitely does.
She does.
She played a good game for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But
she does give herself away, though. I've watched.
She does.
Seen her do it, and I'm like, Whereas Rob, I don't think gives himself away at all.
No, not even at the round table. Like,
no, he is so calm and cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even not using his second vote, which clearly he didn't have to, but he didn't know that.
I think he did know, though, because you can kinda see, like, the smirk on his face. Like, I feel like he knew. I feel like he knew what
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like he definitely knew.
Well, I know we're gonna get there, but don't you think this kind of puts a target on Rob's back that Candace was going for him so hard and she was a traitor? And at least, like, if you're smart at these games, and it's easy for me to say from an outsider because I know who the traitor is, but if you're smart at these games, I feel like you could kind of narrow it down now to Rob. Like, all right, Lisa got banished as a traitor, and then Candace threw Rob's name out there, and then Candace got banished as a traitor. Like, it does kinda it's,
Right, but what else you gonna
deducing.
do? Right, but what else was he gonna do? You couldn't keep her there.
No, for sure. I just feel like at this point, people might be onto him now,
Onto him. Yeah.
through no fault of his own,
Right,
just
right.
by deduction.
I like how he said, in the words of Mark Twain, "It ain't the things you don't know that hurt you, it's the things that you think you know for sure."
Mhm. So after breakfast, they all start talking, and they're trying to figure out, like, what who they think it is, and there's all these little groups, breaking off to try and figure it out. Candace is talking to Kristen, Johnny, and Tara, and she keeps putting Rob's name out there. Then they have to go do their challenge, and this challenge, first of all, I didn't understand it at first until they started doing it, because the way he explained it was very confusing. So this challenge was, there was an art gallery, and there was 3 people that were gonna go into a gallery where there was a bunch of paintings, and then there was gonna be 2 teams that were going to get description of a picture that they had to act out and take a photograph of. And then the 3 people that were in the gallery had to try and find the picture that they were acting out, recreating. The 3 people that were in the gallery were also the only ones that would, because in that gallery there was also a shield. So those would be the only ones that would have the possibility of finding a shield. So when they're trying to figure out which 3 are gonna go into the gallery, I mean, I don't know if you guys caught it. Rob's like, "Well, I think I think I could use a shield."
Yeah, he
"I'm
did say that.
afraid to die," he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wanna die, yeah.
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 Right. So that's who Rob winds up going into the gallery. Who else went to Kristen and Mark Ballas. Those are the 3 that wind up going into the gallery. It's interesting because Kristen, she's like, I have such a small, like, limited, like, knowledge of, like, who it could be in this game, but these 3 that I'm with right here, the other 2, I 100%
100%
trust, and I'm
trust
just
him.
like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
Kristen."
No.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, no. This was my favorite challenge so far. I really like this
Was
one.
it?
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting, yeah. I
It
can't
was
believe they
interesting.
kept getting it wrong, though, for the
Yeah.
one team, though. I'm like, "Come on," and the one time they're actually holding the picture, and they're like, "Nah, it's not it." And then
Yeah.
they get the one with the cow head. I'm like, "No!"
And I love how that kid Eric was like, "I ate grass.
Yeah.
I put allergens in my mouth."
I know. I did like that challenge. I mean, it was interesting. It was interesting. It was something different, right? And
It
it's not
wasn't
so
so
much, it wasn't
physical.
right.
Yeah.
It wasn't physical. It was
Yeah.
fun. It wasn't
That's probably
like
liked it. It was a creative
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah,
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
creative.
So they wind up earning $12,000 with this challenge. The red team matched all of theirs. The green team only matched one. So their total now in their bank is $150,800 after that challenge. And Alan announces that somebody did get the shield. And we know that Kristen got the shield because and she got it quick. Like, she really got it
Yeah,
quick.
she did. Yeah.
So that shield, is it only good for
I think it was only good for that night's round
that
table, right?
banishment, right? Like, they didn't
And
say.
murder. And murder for that night, I would imagine, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, because we don't know who has it.
We don't know who has it, but it's definitely good for the banishment. And then, because I'm thinking the way it ends, Rob and his new traitor are gonna murder somebody tonight.
Right, right. So I think, but I'm trying to think. I think when I watched it last year, if somebody had a shield and you voted for them, then that vote didn't count.
Okay.
So then the other person that got the most votes would have been the banished one, I believe. but I don't exactly remember. So then they get back to the castle and they all start talking again. Johnny's talking to Eric, and he's saying that Colton and Steven said that Eric and Johnny would be perfect traitors because they were like the least suspected people. I mean, I would say yes for Eric. I don't know about Johnny. Johnny is very vocal.
Yeah.
I don't, it's not like Johnny flies under the radar, not like Eric
No, I
does.
mean, I think he's doing a pretty good job right now flying under the radar, but I think he has more personality than he's showing right now. But he's just playing the
Yes.
game.
Yes, yes,
So he
exactly.
would have been a good person to pick as a traitor anyway from the
Yes,
beginning.
I agree with, yeah. But then Johnny does tell Candace to be careful because that he heard her name out there, which I thought
Yeah.
was very nice.
Me too.
Dorinda says that she was very surprised that it was Lisa. Like, she then talks about how she thought it was weird that in that gold challenge that Lisa gave all of her gold to Steven because she didn't see that she was close with Steven. And that was brought up immediately when it happened. Like, why did it go to Steven? The fact that Lisa was a traitor and she gave all her gold to Steven, that made him look guilty.
Which
Right? I
sure
mean, it
did,
does.
yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
why she did that.
Well, because Steven does say, because Dorinda asks him about it. Steven does say
Right,
because
right.
he asked for it.
Yeah, he gives you the thing, but I'm
He
just
asked for
maybe
it.
that is why. Maybe it is
Yeah.
as simple as that. Maybe it's just because he asked.
Yeah, I think that's what it was because obviously we know he's not a traitor, right?
And, you know, when they were at the round table, I was thinking, "Oh, I knew Candace was gonna use that little play up that Rob did at the breakfast where he was so upset about Colton." Like, he just went just a little too far with the acting on that,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I knew she was gonna throw that up against him. I knew it.
Yeah. I also thought when Candace was talking to Steven and Rob walks in and he says, "Can I talk to Candace for a minute?" And Steven's like, "Yeah, no problem." He gets up. I was actually glad to see that. I like that they at least had their interaction. And when they were talking back and forth, you could kind of see like Candace, she would give it right back to him. Like I think that she called him a snake to his face. Like she knew who he was.
Mhm.
And at this point, I feel like she did everything she could to save herself, but it just was too
Right.
far gone.
And I think too, like when he said to her, "You're taking this a little I think she did take it personal. Whereas I mean, it's a game.
Yeah, that's what he said, and it is a game.
It
It is
is
a
a game,
game.
and it's just how you end up playing it. She got I don't know, she gotta ease up on them false eyelashes just a little bit. They're just Candace, like, every time I
Candace?
look at her, I'm
I
looking at them
know.
eyelashes.
I know.
She's a
I know.
beautiful girl. I'm
It's
like,
her thing, but I
I know,
agree.
but they're just I don't know.
They're
And the
very
piece of hair
long.
was stuck in it, and I was like, "Oh,
She wears them, me and
I
false
don't
eyelashes. I feel like
know."
there's bugs crawling on my eyes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I wear the smallest ones I could possibly find.
I love you, Candace, but
Yeah.
it's a little ease. Ease a little. All right, I'm done now.
Okay. So they get to the round table. The first one to speak this time was Johnny. He said, "At this point, it's very hard to know who to trust." And yesterday, Colton said he mentioned to watch out for Steven. So the first person they start talking about is Steven. And that's when Dorinda asks him, "Why would Lisa give her gold to you?" And he says, "Because I asked her for it. I asked her. I saw that she wasn't going to be in the top 6. So I said, and she
Yeah.
gave it to me."
They kind of backed off of him right away when he said that, which
Yeah,
was
they
good.
they did. Yeah, and Eric said, "I have a few things where the traitors are for playing they're playing a magnificent game." He's like, "We have to now reevaluate everything. Like everyone that we've thought was a traitor, like wasn't. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, like now they're second guessing everything that they've been thinking." And he goes to like Candace with consistency. Like you were voting for, Donna and Ron until yesterday. And then all of a sudden you do your throwaway vote and it's for Rob. Like,
Mhm.
what's that all about? And I don't know that her answer was good enough, to be honest with you.
I think that was a problem.
The
Now, I'm not saying
definitely the
I would have a
problem.
better answer, but I'm just saying
Right.
Right. Right.
that was kind of the problem. I mean, you think
I mean,
she
she
would have
could have said because he got Lisa off her, she could have said something like that. Like felt like he was a pawn in whatever situation got my friend Lisa off.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
but
you
Lisa
coulda
was a
said
traitor.
something. Yeah.
You know, Lisa was a traitor, so
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
she couldn't say that, right? I mean, the whole point of the game is to get rid of the traitors.
Right.
Then they talk about that there was a consensus to vote for Natalie before they walked in there, and Natalie said, "Well, who led that?" And they're like, "Tara." You know, Candace said Tara led that.
To be honest with you, this girl Natalie is very immature to be playing this game. Don't you think so? I mean,
What do you
I'm
mean?
a very immature person because she then turns around and votes for Tara.
She was mad. Yeah, she was mad.
Like, that came out of nowhere. Nobody else was. You just used a vote
it was
for
a waste
no
of
reason.
it was a waste of a vote to
because
try
your
and,
feelings are hurt because
Right.
she's like,
it
grow
wasn't
up.
a good play. It wasn't a good
No,
play
and the
move.
way she acted about the potion that night at the
Yes.
banquet, like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Aren't you a gamer?
Well, she was a survivor. That's what her
Well,
game
same,
was.
yeah, but
I know, but
Yeah.
still, you're right. You're right. But I
kinda the
mean,
same
honestly,
deal.
it doesn't give traitor vibes the way she's acting. It gives I'm an idiot vibe, right?
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
not a good look.
And then Candace brings up about Rob at the breakfast and fumbling, and he dropped his fork and he's smirking the whole time. He's smirking. Like, this is what I liked. Like, just his look on his
Yeah.
face. He's like, yeah, like, that's what I did.
Because she was doing exactly what he wanted her to do, and he was doing exactly what he knew he had to do, just sit there and shut up and not say a word. He could have
Mhm.
very easily gone back and been like what Ron did, what other people have done when somebody's bringing up their name. But he knew people were already going to vote for Candace, so he really just had to sit there and be quiet.
Mhm.
Smart.
So then they talk about how Candace talks about how Rob doesn't say much at these round tables. He's like, you don't say much. And he doesn't. He doesn't.
No, he
and
doesn't.
I think that that's sometimes key, right? Like, say less.
Right.
Less is more.
And then Alan comes in. He says it's time to vote. He said there's the power of the dagger in play that somebody at this table is holding. If you're going to use it, like, you need to use it now. And obviously nobody moved to use it. So the interesting thing about it was the fact that he had that dagger and that the power of the dagger, 5 people know that he has that power of the dagger. They're the only people that know that he has it. He's the one who said, I need a shield. Like, why was that not brought up? Like, I feel like that needs to get brought up at some point.
I think
right?
the whole plan going into that round table was to get Candace banished, and everybody understood the assignment. So if everybody's voting for the same person, then nobody's going to use the power of the sword because that's wasteful at this point. Everybody was voting for her.
Everybody's voting for her anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even
I'm
Johnny,
Yeah, everyone except for Natalie.
that's what I mean. Like, and I get it because I guess maybe Natalie didn't want to vote for Candace because the night before Candace didn't vote for her. Right? Like she was going to.
No, I think you said it the first time. She was just being petty.
She was
Yeah,
just
I
being
think
petty.
she was just being petty.
I think that's what it was.
I think that's totally what it was.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what it was. So obviously Candace gets voted out and she's like, I don't want to cry. And she was crying. I mean, listen, I think she played a good game. She, accepted it graciously. She said it, life-changing. The fact that they banished a traitor 2 nights in a row is amazing.
Yeah.
Both
housewives.
Both housewives. Which again, that leads you to believe like maybe the next one's a housewife too, right?
I feel like Dorinda's gonna have to.
She'll be on the chopping block. Yeah, she'll have like
she better get
the
herself a
target on
shield.
her back, so she better. Yeah, she better come on strong.
Yeah.
As a faithful.
Yes, exactly. So Alan comes in to the turret and tells him that he's going to have to pick someone else to be a traitor. And if they agree that you guys will kill somebody tonight. And I thought it was so funny when Eric gets to the letter. I know exactly whose handwriting this is.
Who does he say,
what?
Johnny?
Yes, Johnny. And then he sees Rob and he's like,
he was shocked when he saw Rob.
Yeah, he was. I'm excited to see what happens next week. I want
Me
to
too.
see.
I think they're definitely
wanna
going to
see
murder
those
somebody tonight. I'm curious to see who they murder. They can't murder Kristen. Candace is gone, so it's who's in their way?
Right.
Nobody's in their way right now.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what happens next. I enjoy this show. I really do.
We
I do
shall
too.
see.
I thought this was a great episode.
I did too. I did too. I actually thought it was better than the one that was touted last week as being the best episode ever. I thought this one
I
was
agree
better.
with you. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on the same page there.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know if Potomac is on this week because of the Super Bowl.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
so we have another week without Potomac
Yeah.
because we didn't do a recap of the Karen sit down.
We didn't do the Karen thing. I didn't think it was enough to do a recap on. I mean, we'll mention it when we talk about the reunion.
Yeah, but I don't think it was enough for a whole episode.
No. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, so next week we're going to a Mob Wives interactive wedding
Yes.
with Renee Graziano, so we're looking forward to that.
Yes,
we'll be in
we're
our
looking
Mob
forward to that.
Wives aesthetic.
Attire. Yes, we're very excited for it.
Very, very excited. And I
Very
looked at the
excited.
weather and it's going to be sunny and 38, which for where we are right now will be balmy because it's
Yes.
11 degrees outside in Jersey.
Yes.
I think it's going down to single digits tonight. It's
Yes.
cold and
Crazy.
the wind is insane. There's
The
30
wind's
mile an hour
crazy.
winds. It's
Well,
crazy.
30's enough. I can still sport the fur.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I always worry about homeless people in this weather. And I wish because we don't have a good amount of homeless shelters around here.
No, we don't.
And I feel like the churches, certainly our church, that's huge, should open their doors and let these people sleep in there for the night.
Yeah, it definitely is a problem in this area. We certainly need some better facilities for the homeless, especially in this type of weather.
Mm-hmm.
The scary, scary thought.
It is.
I completely agree. So we will keep them in our prayers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And we'll be very grateful for our homes with heat.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.